then dial the operator.
Time is
When using colour and non-colour shots in our film, the meaning behind the film was to give the idea of how stereotypical young characters are played, to show how young people often take no notice of the issues involving the environment and how technology has developed. This is aided by the use of colour to show the characters listening to MP3 players or playing a bit of football, whilst non-colour shots help aid the fact on how technology distracts us on what is going on with the environment. These also show what the characters cannot see in the film.
What, in your opinion, made the film effective?
We believe that the montages were the most effective part of our film and made it a very powerful piece. We feel that the contrast of nature and technology involved really helps the audience realise what our meaning is. For example, we've got a lot of scenes where nature and technology is used together, such as the fields and the lights being switched on and off. Also when the characters are playing video games or watching TV, and the fields as well, and also the constant traffic that is used. All of these are examples of how we are affecting nature, and it's all contrasting each other, which we feel is really effective. Multi-shot scenes as well we felt were very effective, as it shows our audience what the effects are when we waste our time, and we could be doing so much more to help the environment and other people on this planet.
A good shot that can describe this meaning is the montage of the nature and the lights. By doing a lot of research on such film as the battleship Potemkin, which uses montage like editing shots together to create meaning. This shows how we are wasting our time turning on and off lights without taking into consideration the environment when we do this. Other shots that help aid this fact is when the characters play computer games or watching TV, or shots of even the microwave and the kettle. The idea of turning on and off lights, the meaning we thought behind this was it to represent when the lights turn on, meaning the start of the day, when the lights turn off, meaning the end of the day. This does this throughout the film to show how each day we still take no notice of the environment, and show how this film is not based on one particular day, it's based throughout several days. When talking about one of the shots where we see the use of montage of washing up and traffic, it shows how the colour used when the shot shows overpowers washing up, as when showing traffic in our film it shows this is an issue, as traffic affects the environment whilst washing up does not affect the environment. But it is seen to distract by the colour from the traffic shots. This shows how people are still taking no notice of the issues being discussed in the film.
What experimental films helped influence you?
We had two major influences in our experimental film. One of them was Messages of the Afternoon by Myra Derrin, and the other one was Time Code by Mike Figgis. For Messages of the Afternoon, that helped us off with the use of sound in the experimental film. It uses a lot of non-diegetic sound, and we use that a lot in ours. It helps build tension. For example, in Meshes, the guy with the mirror face. The film Time Code helps us out a lot with the multi-shots used. A lot of different actions happening all on one screen, which helps the audience become more active, and it also adds a lot of interest into the production, which we felt was really effective.
What techniques did you use to make it an experimental film?
We filmed events that would appear non-eventful and boring. To add an experimental feel to the film, we adjusted the speed of our longest shots. For example, the shots of the traffic at night were originally 5 minutes long, but after we had applied the speed change, they became much more interesting to watch and showed the audience the effect time can have on anything. Other experimental techniques used were the montages, where we showed the contrast between nature and technology.
What was the meaning behind the soundtrack?
The meaning of the soundtrack was to emphasise the power of time by getting several sounds of clocks ticking and layering them on top of each other. We included the sound of a crowd talking to add atmosphere to the soundtrack. The evil sounding laugh was included to encourage the audience to be active. The idea was to make the audience think about why the laugh was evil sounding and what meaning it had. All of the sound used was non-diegetic. We did this as we felt the sound that the camera captured would not have worked well with the soundtrack.